our morning brews, news alert, what the heck's happening in the North County segment, guys. Thanks again. And we got some really cool guests today to come on. And we got producer Eric and we got Mike Brady going to be coming on shortly. And we will try to bring you guys the latest news. We went out yesterday, got some pretty cool coverage, some pictures, some videos, and we got some pretty wicked stuff, huh, Eric?
That's right, man. It was wild out there yesterday. I can't believe the things we got to do in Atascadero. That was amazing. So it was good views.
Well, just to give a little update, I just got to the office here in Paso, and Paso now the 101 is back, and the people off the Highway 101 onto 10th Street in Paso. So not 100% sure what's going on with that, but that is the latest for traffic-wise in Paso currently.
Crazy.
So I would assume it literally just stopped right before I got off the freeway on Spring, and noticed that the traffic started backing up. They got cones in the middle of the freeway and diverting them onto 10th Street.
All right. Well, we have in the waiting room here.
All right. So, did you see that from Anthony?
I got it right here. They're going to come in right now. So.
Right on. So real quick, we have a special guest on the show. We got our fire department, Paso Robles Fire Department Chief, Jonathan Stornetta, and Public Information Officer Charles Brown. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, how are you doing? Can you hear us all right?
Oh.
Yeah, we can hear you guys.
Hey. Yeah, we can hear you guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for coming on. Really appreciate it, and really appreciate the service that you guys are doing out there too. Keeping everybody safe and informed.
Well, we couldn't do it without the community.
Can you hear me?
Helpful. Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, hey, can we talk about some road closures that are going on right now? Do you guys have any information for people out there that we could talk about road closures?
Yeah, let me, I'll have a officer just give you the latest up a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning. So since we opened a couple, so all of between open. We've also opened from Creston to Console. So that's those. We're still seeing closure between Pine and Riverside, 22nd and 24th, but the road from Avenue up to Creston, North River Road from Union all the way up. So we also have Airport Road.
Out Airport Road, and I would say all one southbound is down, so all traffic is getting and going down Riverside of the 101. So please avoid through there. The lights are cycling. Get down Riverside, so it's on 13th Street. So.
Oh, frozen.
So
there we go.
All right. So we had some rescues yesterday too, right, in the river. I read up that we had some rescues going on.
We did. We in the middle of the river, off of the riverbank. Coordinated efforts with the CHP and rather than putting our swimmers in, we use our rescue technicians and drop their people in and bring them to our crews that were in a parking lot. And I reported to the hospital.
Wow. So nobody got injured in that incident then. Is that correct?
Correct.
Wow. And then when we were out yesterday, we saw some mudslides and a lot of flooding going on too as well. Can you kind of give us a little insight on what happened maybe after hours, maybe after 9-10 o'clock last night? Did it get worse? Because I know the rain really came down hard. So
Yeah, I think we laid for a couple hours around till down, and then we were back at it. But yeah, it was it did see a lot of debris off the road, and North River Road was underwater, precision all the way up there, River Oaks.
right.
I'm wondering about the status of our evacuation. We're gonna reevaluate those. Bridge at its peak was at 30. That's 3 feet
Wow.
above. So that's the highest we've seen since. And some of the areas we hit, so that's a significant area. So Arley has receded about 4 feet to go down a lot more than that, but back up in Monterey County with all the washing up there, it's backing up. There's some now, so it's not going to go down. And additionally, we just want to make sure with the cells that came in about 4, getting a little bit of showers out there right now, back up, and us have to close. We're holding all the warnings and the road closure at least till after our meeting at 10 o'clock to evaluate. So we know everyone wants to get open, and that's our part as possible.
Awesome.
Hey,
I know you
Jonathan,
guys.
what's going on at the 10th Street? Why are they diverting off the highway? And you guys might have already just covered this. I apologize. My service here is terrible for some reason. But what's going on there?
Diverting them off at 17th Street. Why do I want to say minor? Blake's, thank you. The Blake's Highway 101's flooded. Draining problem right there on the 101. But now the river's so high, pump at gravity flow. So more gravity coming from the river to 101. That's closed till they get it fixed, or the river, everyone is coming off on 7th all the way down, diverting. So it's a mess right there.
Wow, that's insane. That's insane. All right, guys. Well, hey, we really appreciate you guys coming on, and hopefully we can get you guys on again. I know you guys got your next meeting to go on to, but maybe we can definitely get you guys on for some more information as it comes out. That would be great.
Yeah, just you have my number, and we'd be happy to get back.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Awesome,
Thank you
guys.
again. Stay safe.
Thank you, guys. Stay safe.
All right.
All right. Well, there you go.
Dude, my service sucks here. Oh, wait, we're still live, huh?
We're live. Hey, that's pretty interesting, though, man. While you were gone, they were talking about the rescue they had coming out of the river, and they didn't want to send a swim crew in because they're afraid that they're gonna have another possible incident going in the water. So they sent the helicopter out and pulled them out. So that was really interesting.
Last night?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yesterday
was last
night?
sometime.
Yeah, yesterday sometime.
Wow.
So
to give you an insight, so Eric, fill me back in. And I apologize. I like I said, I didn't know what they were saying. Even when they were talking, I couldn't see or hear what they were saying. So what else did they have to say?
They're just talking about the road closures. They had mudslides. They had all kinds of stuff going on. It was pretty bad. Remember when we were out in Atascadero? We were out there. we saw the mudslides, we saw the overflowed creeks and all that stuff. So it got worse with that heavy rain we got about a little later in the afternoon. So I'm going to bring Mike in right now. So hang on one second. We got Anthony too, who would like to come in, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring Mike in. I'm going to shoot out. Yeah, I'm going to bring Mike in. I'm going to shoot out for a minute. Okay.
Copy that.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Are you there?
We got you, Brady. Looks
Awesome.
like you are.
So you're in your op.
Yep.
You're chopping, or
Yep,
am I
I'm
chopping up?
It's probably me.
Okay.
The service sucks here, and I tried to transfer
Well,
over to my cell phone, and that's even worse.
I'll ask you a question, and then you can talk, and I'll just be quiet. All right. So you commuted to Paso Robles this morning. How did you get there? What did you see?
Yes, I took Highway 101, and actually it was fine. No issues. I got off on Spring Street, Niblick exit, and was able to snap a couple pictures of the river, both directions, snap some video real quick, and then I jumped in the car, and I noticed that Highway 101 was starting to back up, and they had cones on the freeway diverting them on 7th Street right there. So according to Chief Stornetta, which was just on, it's obvious that the river is flowing onto the freeway right there. So it's pretty wicked.
And you, so you were able to actually go across Niblick Bridge, or was it closed?
Yeah, no, only 13th Street is closed. So 13th Street is closed actually from a national weather, the national, what was that? The national weather, let's see, where did I see that? And it has to do with a hydro alert by the National Weather Center for Paso Robles on 13th. So for the Salinas River. And if you haven't been across the Salinas River or across Niblick in the last 24 hours, you're going to go, what in the double hockey sticks is going on right here? You know what I'm saying? Because it is side to side. I've never seen it this big. It's, if you know where the pipeline is, people that ride motorcycles and stuff like that know exactly where pipeline is on my trailer barn. That's all underwater, and it is just amazing of how much water that we got. And that's what they were saying this morning. And obviously, there's no rain, although it looks like it's clouding up again. But it's not about what's right in front of us. It's what's coming our direction, and all those creeks and all those rivers that turned into yesterday are all filling the Salinas River, which is making it crazy.
So at my place overnight, it sounded like we were getting a ton of wind. And then when day broke, I feel like there wasn't a lot of standing water on the ground as much as it sounded like we got. And so I'm wondering, is it just now that everything's used to draining and it's just kind of running off the property, or did we just not get that much rain? Do you know?
No, I think we got a ton of rain, and I think the water is just draining off. We've been in such a dry state for so long that for the last. Really, if we were talking about this yesterday, the Atascadero football game, the championship game was played, right before Christmas, and remember they were in a storm. And that kind of started this whole weather pattern, and we have just been getting pounded, since. And so now, and that's why the river, the way that it is they were hoping that the river would recede overnight a little bit more than it did. And obviously, seeing it this morning, it didn't recede at all. If not, it's getting bigger. And that's just because the ground is so saturated, the water has nowhere to absorb to. It's just running. It's going wherever it's going to go.
Okay. Well,
All right, guys. Hey, I'm
trying
gonna,
to
I'm gonna
Great.
jump in.
pull
I'm gonna
it
jump
up.
in here real quick.
Eric, can you
Sorry.
hear it?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? We got Anthony Reed. I'm gonna bring him in while I get these pictures updated for you guys, so we have some visuals. Okay.
Sweet. What's up, Anthony?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good. Anthony with Paso Robles Incidents and Actions, right?
Yep, that's me.
Awesome. Well, fill us in what you know of what's happening here in the North County.
Well, I'll show you. See all that? I'm right here at the corner of
Yep.
10th. I'm over here at the corner of 10th and Park. There's right there is the Paso Robles police station, and we're getting some pretty good rain here. It just started up a few minutes ago. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. It's pretty torrential. So over there is where you can see that it's really coming down. So yeah, so that's what we're dealing with.
Oh, it is raining.
So
Wow. Anything overnight? We just had Chief Stornetta on talking about some stuff, and there was some other information that we have. But what can you fill us in with?
nothing major. I watched their segment. They pretty much hit the nail on the head when they said all the road closures and things like that. Not much has happened as a result of that. The winds just pretty much died down here just a few minutes ago as soon as I got on the show here. So it's been kind of off and on here and there. I've been at work since about 7:30 this morning, so it's pretty off and on. I've seen a few patches of blue sky, and as you can see now, it's pretty much gone away. So
Yeah, I know.
um,
I was noticing the blue sky also, and then I just looked back and saw it all black and gray. So
yeah, and now
it looks like the others.
the rain, at least the rain, at least where I'm at, has completely stopped. So I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of off and on, you know.
Well, they say that the rain, it's going to give us a little bit of well, I think the blue sky is gone now, but now we're going to go back into the next storm that's right behind this one, and then hopefully we're going to have some clear weather for the next couple of days, is what they say, and then come Friday, it's going to hit us again. Mike, what do you got on your side? I know you're pretty in tune with some of the news and the closures and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me, but it's like posted Paso Robles Highway 101 temporary closed between Paso Robles Street and 17th Street. Did we know that already?
Yeah, that's where the river's coming onto the freeway right there, so they're diverting around, and I'm assuming they're probably getting back on there by the water plant.
Okay, yeah, that was as of an hour or 29 minutes ago. Did that update?
Yeah,
Let's see here.
Here in the next couple hours, guys, I'm gonna walk down to the riverbed, or to the river off of 13th, and kind of behind Tap's Truck Accessories. So I'm gonna walk over there
Okay.
here in a couple hours, and so I will take some video and get some pictures and all that stuff, and I'll send it in to you guys too. So.
Cool. Hey, did anybody see that?
Looks like there's
look what we got about right there, guys. You see that? Some patches of blue sky I was talking about. So it's pretty much just random.
Right.
So,
Yeah. No, it's blue and gray and black and blue.
yeah.
There's a 2-car traffic collision 101 and Spring Street off ramp. As of 5 minutes ago, San Luis Fire Department has been dispatched, and so that was at 9:58, 10 minutes ago now. So that's at the 101.
Yeah, on the south.
Northbound
Crazy.
130.
Yeah, on the south spring exit. Yeah.
Hey, did anybody happen to get a visual of that drone footage yesterday that was done at the Niblick Bridge where they went down and along the bottom of the bridge?
No, but I heard about it. I heard on the
No.
scan, and it was like 3 or 4 people, and they weren't like in any distress. What happened was, I heard the call as it happened. So an officer actually went down there to go see what was going on, and he spotted like 3 or 4 people, and he kind of like hollered out to them and was like, "Hey, do you guys need help or whatever?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, like we need help," and stuff like that. So then he called the fire department over, and of course it was the whole operation, the heavy rescue, as you guys mentioned earlier. The helicopter came in, and so on and so forth. So yeah, haven't heard any more about any more rescues other than that so far today.
And I know, I haven't heard. I've been listening. I heard a little bit yesterday regarding the child in San Miguel. Has there any news on that? I heard somewhere around noon or a little bit after that there was they could hear, a child crying, but they couldn't get to him or anything on that. Mike, Anthony?
So I can speak to that a little bit. So what happened was after they got continued reports of that H-70, which is the helicopter that they utilized yesterday for the rescue. They then went over to San Miguel and was able to assist the sheriff's department in the search, and I think it was the tactical rescue team, I think is the proper name for it. They utilized them in the water in San Miguel, and they investigated the report of that, and it took them like 4 hours to to I guess continue that operation. And over 4 hours, they just kind of called it, and then they transferred the investigation over to the sheriff's department for now a quote recovery. So pretty much in this situation, when it comes to recovery, you can do the math on what that means. And so it's unofficial, but yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And as of 35 minutes ago or so, they've got volunteers that are meeting up at Rabbit Ridge Winery to continue the search, even though the search has been called off. Our volunteers are meeting at Rabbit Ridge Winery to continue to look for the little boy named Kyle.
Wow,
Right.
That's devastating.
Yeah, so I've gotten a lot of questions on my page as to what quote recovery means, and I just tell people that it's unofficial. So like I said, you guys can do the math on what unofficial means, but I say that because I haven't gotten an official word as to whether the child is alive or the child is unfortunately deceased. So I haven't heard that, so that's why I say it's unofficial. So
Cool.
Yep.
Right on, Anthony. Appreciate all the information, and like I said, tune back in, and we'll get you back on and any other information that comes your direction.
Okay, sounds good, guys. Appreciate it.
What's the I'm having some connectivity issues on my internet, so I'm not able. My webs that I'm trying to pull up aren't loading as fast as I'd like them to. But according to this map, and I don't know if I could share my screen or not, but I'm looking at rainfall totals for the last 12 hours as of 12 hours. What time is it? It's 10:13. So from 10 o'clock till now, last night, it looks it says Templeton's only a half inch of rain. Atascadero 0.63 inches. Out in Butte, which is typically the most rain, is 1.02 inches. These numbers seem a little low based on what we're seeing, but I don't know. I'm going to refresh it and see if this is an accurate reading. This is actually from County of San Luis Obispo Public Works, their slowcountywater.org that we've been referencing here for the last few days. And so I'll look for some better or something to confirm these numbers. Let me see if I can get a 24-hour rain and see what that looks like. So this is saying in the last 24 hours, we've gotten 2.19 inches of rain in Templeton. Paso's about the same, 1.63 out at over kind of Shandon area. 2.4 Atascadero, 2.6 in between Morro Bay and Atascadero. And Rocky Butte got 3 inches. And so anywhere, it looks like from 1 to 3 inches is kind of where the Central Coast is sitting right now as of in the last 24 hours. I had a rainbow out my window here about 5 ago, but it's gone, and that wind just continues to blow. Eric, I saw you flash up there the weather data. Can you throw that back up there real quick? Okay, so let's see here. 50s today, cloudy and rain. Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't even know.
Right? Today is Tuesday.
Okay, so today is Tuesday. Yeah, so it looks like we're still going to get rain all day. I'm looking at the 12-hour model on my phone to see what that looks like. And yeah, I mean, rain up until about 4 p.m. on my side where I'm at. Wind information. Winds out of the, it looks like winds out of the west-southwest, 17 miles an hour, which is constant. Gusts up 31 miles an hour. And I can tell you, I've already lost two. I've got metal chicken coop structure, and I've already lost 2 of the panels, which it's funny. I looked at the neighbor's property and the panel that I saw on the property 100 feet from my chicken coop, and it was from my chicken coop that blew 300 feet over onto their property, which is crazy. Wow. But I've already got a couple more that are getting loose and getting ready to take flight here. 20 miles an hour from the west-southwest today. Wind speeds are from 4 to 17 miles an hour with gusts up to 34 miles an hour. And that's in Paso real quick. Not Paso. Paso still under a flood watch all the way through January 11th, which it's easy to see why. Okay, winds of the west-southwest, 17 miles an hour, gusts at 30. So it's the same wind information in Paso as well. Randy, you're right up there. You're in unprotected territory where you live. You had to have some gusts. Did we leave?
No, dude. I'm literally picking up like every, ninth word that you're saying. So I'm trying to read your lips.
All good. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I mean, we've seen quite a bit of wind here, at least in the North County. John, that rainfall total data again. Public Works, County of San Luis Obispo site, slowcountywater.org, reporting in the last 24 hours 2 inches in Templeton, about 2.5 in Atascadero, more or less. So it's about the same, and so I'll continue to try to get information on that. But again, if you're just joining, the search for the 5-year-old kid who was swept away from his mom and rescuers on the north end of Paso, that search has been suspended from the authorities as of half hour, 45 minutes ago. They are calling for volunteers now, the family, and calling for volunteers to continue the search, even though it's dangerous out there. If that's something that you guys, obviously, we want to encourage everybody to stay safe, but you do what you think you need to do. Being over at Rabbit Ridge Winery off of San Marcos Road and west of the 101 there. We had an accident about an hour ago. Accident was on the 101 Spring Street on off 2-car accident. Emergency vehicles were en route. What else is going on? Jessica Warner has posted some road closure data on our website. Let's see, it's a link that we can click on, and evacuation data is on that same site. So that's awesome. Thank you for doing that. Eric, are you able to copy and paste, pull that up?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, let's look at some of the current closures.
While I'm doing that, I'll start showing some pictures of some stuff that we saw yesterday too, as well.
That's great.
Yeah. Let's get some pictures from yesterday, because yesterday was pretty wild as far as like some of the pictures and the videos. I mean, something that you would only see literally on TV, like in, like Hurricane Katrina and stuff like that. I mean, people walking across their yard in, waist high water, carrying TVs and carrying, all their valuables from their house. That was wild.
Yeah. Nice.
Hello?
Did you take this one? Randy, did you take that picture?
Yeah, we got video, we got pictures. We were out yesterday for quite a while. The underneath the overpass on Highway 41 was, man, it was probably, I think the first time that we went through there, probably about, 2.5 feet deep. We went across and it was probably 3 foot deep. And then on the way back through, we threw the white flag in and sat there and was amazed by the depth of it, and watched the Atascadero Fire Department buzz right through there. But it was just the amount of water that we saw in Atascadero was literally unbelievable. Like, I can't even believe that this is even happening. So, and Eric got a bunch of pictures. I think he's trying to load those up right now. And we have some more pictures and videos of just craziness in the North County. It's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting yesterday, seeing all that water come down, man, and seeing those people. I mean, it was pretty sad, actually, to tell you the truth. Once we started seeing the housing getting flooded, we must have saw about 30 or 40 homes that were just, I don't know, it was like four feet of water, would you say, Randy, going into the home to the front door?
Oh yeah, it was yeah. I mean, it was sad. It was really, really sad. There's nothing that you could really do. Other than get what you need and get out, but I was amazed. Let me tell you about my amazement yesterday. My amazement was all these places were underwater. The lights were still on. That was probably the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. And I'm thinking to myself going, okay, there's lights on. I'm familiar with water and electricity, and those two don't really go hand in hand. And I don't want anything to do with that. But these guys were cruising in that water, man. I was like going, holy crap.
We also went down to the Atascadero Bridge. I don't know if I have footage of that, but there was a homeless problem going on at the Atascadero Bridge on the 41. I think they're evacuating everybody. And here I got a picture of this gentleman taking off because he had no place to go. So they're evacuating everybody out of there, getting them onto higher ground. And that's another pretty sad moment too as well. So here's that house. Here's that housing development that we were at right here. Oh, I'm sorry, not that one. This is the.
I'm not seeing anything. Oh, there you go.
This is where the homes were at, and the water was just flowing through the homes and coming down. And let's see.
Wow.
That's that river down there.
Eric, do you have a picture of underneath the freeway where we went?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that right now. I'm trying to get that. So I'm going to pop out of here. I'm going to start looking for some stuff. So you guys can go ahead and chat along.
So,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say, I know the Echo shelter is in dire need of clothing, men's clothing right now. So that was posted late last night that they're in dire need of some men's, jackets and clothing, apparently. And then I just got a text from Vicky Zimmerman that there is a need for a possible extraction of a cow out El Pomar Drive. So for a backhoe or something that could pull this poor animal, he is stuck in the mud and he's not going anywhere.
Whereabouts on El Pomar did Vicky say?
What? Come again, Mike?
El Pomar?
Looks like east 6800 of El Pomar Drive.
Okay.
That would be a there's no number. Maybe if you got Vicky Zimmerman's contact, you can reach out to her if you guys are out that direction, or you have a backhoe of some sort and able to assist. So there's some crazy stuff on that part. And then, of course, then you got the whole road collapsed on El Pomar, I think in El Pomar and Redondo, the culvert washed out. So there are some houses and residents on the other side that are stuck, I guess. I'm sure they can get around there somehow, but it's not going to be a quick run to In-N-Out Burger.
Right. No, we're out there as well, and we've had quite a hard time getting around, and I had a delivery this morning that came in that took about here from Atascadero, just because everything was, and if you aren't from the area and you're watching across the country, I know that we have some Atascadero and Paso and Templeton about 5-10 minutes apart from each other, and so Templeton's right, and it's super easy to get to on any given day. However, I had somebody coming from literally 4 miles away, and it took them an hour to go all the way around all the closures. Randy, do you know? I guess what's happening here is a result of something that's called the atmosphere, right? And I'm sure we've all heard about that. I've got a little kind of graphic. It's what an atmospheric river is. So it's an atmosphere. It's a long and narrow region of the atmosphere that carries water vapor. We've seen that video across California. ARs typically release water and rain, and they're categorized on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the weakest, 5 being the most exceptional. I don't have the information as to what category we are right now, and I'm sure that we can do some digging to find that. But strong AR, roughly $1 billion in flood damage each year. And I
Wow.
imagine that because of what they were able to do yesterday in calling for a state of emergency, and we'll get that data as well. But hopefully, there's some relief coming from that side of it. But there's going to be a significant amount of damage in this atmospheric river. We're already seeing it. ARs are constantly flowing all around Earth. They don't stay in one place, and they are responsible for 80% of flood damage over a 40-year period. So typically, I guess we see those atmospheric rivers flowing in those high flood regions, but this is something that we haven't experienced here. I mean, Paso Robles, where I grew up, Atascadero, where you grew up, they're saying that this is like 100-year scene. They haven't seen anything like this since a point in time where in the 60s we had this flood that brought the river all the way up 13th Street Bridge. We're there right now. And what was that graphic I saw? This is, let me find it here and I'll just read it to you guys. But the Salinas River has risen to over 32 feet as monitored by the U.S. Geological Survey, a level of 29 considered minor flood stage, 33 feet is moderate, and 37 is major. So this is as of early this morning at 32 feet. Expected to continue to rise. And I think if you can just recap the conversation that we had about an hour ago, 40 minutes ago with Paso Robles fire chief and the public what was the public information officer?
Are you talking to me, Mike? Because I can. You're kind of breaking up. Just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm kind of. My service is terrible for some reason, but so they were, and I want to go back to the whole 32-foot part. Let's be honest. The Salinas River is typically at 0 foot on a normal basis, and probably 3, 4, 5 foot in its most craziness over the last X amount of 10 years that I can remember. So 32 feet, as Chief Stornetta mentioned this morning, that is insane. That is something that's unheard of, that's unseen here. They're talking this morning as if this level of the Salinas River is beyond the 100-year flood zone, and they haven't seen it this high. So if you remember, the 13th Street Bridge was rebuilt or widened and made more accessible per se for Paso Robles residents up to the Golden Hill area and up there in Creston area. That was redone like 15, 20 years ago. So I would say that if that was there right now, the water would be definitely coming over this thing, because it was at the bottom of it yesterday, literally at the bottom of it. And the craziness of the amount of water that's in the river right now, and even the way that I thought it was going to look this morning, I thought it was going to be kind of receded back kind of in the channel, between the normal bank. It's still out there. It's still, it's still to the train tracks. It's onto the freeway still. It's butted up to Albertsons. It's butted up to Kohl's. There's a pathway and a walkway along the Salinas River behind Walmart, JCPenney's, and all that stuff. And I think it goes down South River Road or North River Road. It goes down both directions, and that is all completely underwater. And it's just the amount of water is absolutely insane, and it just continues to come in. all this water, like we were talking about earlier, as far as this water and where's it going and stuff like that, it's literally all going into the Salinas River, and this is why the Salinas River is just rocking and rolling the way that it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, do we have what's the latest on Heritage Ranch, Lake Nacimiento? Where can we find those? I'll do some searching, but we've got Hayden asking in the chat what the status of Minnow is. We were expecting to be at 100%, correct?
Are you? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so I don't even know. I might even just like be talking in the middle of somebody. So I'm looking at Hayden Parker. Asked about how Nassi's looking. Nassi is is looking super awesome. They closed down the marina. They closed down access to the lake yesterday, as it has risen. By the look of the pictures that my daughter sent me yesterday from Heritage Ranch and the parking lot, it's risen up to the top of the launch ramp. It's in the cove. Docks are floating all over the lake because obviously before this, a week ago, the water was, I think Nassi was at 27%, 28% right now, I think, or last week. I would imagine, and this was yesterday, I don't have an official percentage, but I would say that the lake was at least 75% yesterday. And this was before all the water that's still coming in from Butte, from every different direction. I would say that this lake, by the end of this storm, well, we got another storm rolling in on Friday. By the end of next week, both Nassi and San Antonio is going to be at 100%. San Antonio is probably at 100% because it doesn't take them long to fill up. I know Santa Margarita is at 100%. There's a beaver right there. Did you see that? Because you know the Salinas River has beavers, right? And I know you
awesome.
said you've never been in the dam in the river before, but and this was past my days of driving the El Camino in the river. But we used to, kind of mob down the Jeep down in the middle of the night and kind of just do a little quick run from Templeton to Atascadero, and you would come up on beaver dams. And so there's quite a few beavers in the Salinas River, and they congregate there, and they make their dams and kind of capture all those waters. So like literally you'll see beaver dams, throughout the river in different places. It's pretty cool.
All right. And speaking of accessing the river, going in the river, being advised to not go in the river at all right now. They're urging the public to avoid contact with flood water. If you are returning to a flooded area after the storm, health recommendations include, if you must work in those areas, wear boots and gloves. All this information that I'm pulling right now is off of Atascadero Daily News, by the way. They've posted this on their site. But before entering a flooded structure, be sure the main electrical switch is off. Do not turn it back on until you're certain there's no damage to wires or appliances. If you smell gas or a leak, call 911. If you're cleaning up the flooded area, wash your hands thoroughly and frequently. Hayden says they have evacuation orders all the way down the river. Yeah, he lives in the Salinas. Oh, in Salinas. Okay, and the river is pumping. So there you go. Hayden's actually up there in Salinas, and he's seen it. Let's see what else.
So Hayden's up in Salinas?
That's what he says on his chat. Yeah. If you swallow flood water, contact your healthcare provider immediately because of the risk of hepatitis A infection. While the hepatitis A virus will not pass through the skin, there is a risk that you will swallow water. So be very careful. Randy, you jump in. My dog's barking, so I'm going to go check on her to make sure she's not getting torn up out there. So gonna jump off real quick, but you continue.
What's up? So what's happening,
Dude,
man? I'm coming
You
back
talking to
in.
me?
I'm gonna show some pictures. Me and you're gonna chat about our little adventure yesterday. So you came and picked me
Where'd
up.
Mike go? I couldn't hear what happened.
Oh, Mike's dogs were yapping, so he had to go make sure the dogs weren't
okay.
running around the property in the wind. So I want to talk to you a little bit about our little adventure yesterday. You came after the show yesterday and picked me up, and we jumped in your Jeep and we drove around all over the place and took some awesome pictures of some local areas in the North County. I'm gonna show the little river that we crossed right by my house here. So if you want to talk about it a little bit. Can you see the picture?
Yeah. So this is just what past Froggy Vineyards, which,
on El Pomar.
on El Pomar, which that was running pretty dang good. That it was a little questionable of going across because we are watching the. If you notice that little marker, that reflector marker on the right hand side, is kind of broken off to the at the top. Weren't exactly sure how tall that is right there, but judging off of that, and then some of the other cars that went through, their trucks that went through there, so we're like, yeah, let's do it. But that was pretty substantial amount of water right there. Which later on the day, remember, we went back to that and it had grown. So
huge.
Pretty freaky on that too.
Yeah, it was pretty huge. That was Randy Doty's wild ride. That was pretty awesome. We do have Anthony right now at the river. So Anthony is at the river right now. I'm going to bring him in to discuss what he's seeing right now. So here comes Anthony. Hey, Anthony.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Hey,
right on, Anthony.
Hey, I'm here on the corner of 13th and Paso Robles Street.
Okay.
I'm actually right behind Tap's Truck Accessory, if you know where that is. So take a look at this. So this is what we got. So I'm over here on the corner, and that's what the river looks like right now at this point.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so if you guys can see that, that's kind of where it's at right now. And yeah, this is what we're dealing with.
Is there any way to make that bigger, Eric?
Anthony, can you turn your phone sideways? Landscape. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Can you show us now so we can get a better, wider view of it, bigger picture? There we go.
If you guys can see that.
Yeah.
All right. That's what we got going on right here on the corner of Paso Robles and 13th Street. Actually, Paso Robles Street and 13th Street. If you can see kind of over that way, the city of Paso has the road shut down, obviously, for obvious reasons. And if you can see right there in the middle, that's where the river is flowing from. Many talk about that it's kind of odd that the river flows from south to north.
Right.
And so, it's kind of an odd sight here, but I'm enjoying this. I like being out here kind of in the elements. The wind is picking up pretty tremendously here. I'm holding on to this fence here, so as you can see, that's where I'm kind of standing off of right here. So that's kind of what we got going on here. So
Anthony,
pretty.
Can you see where the water came up to? Did it actually go up to that fence, or do you think it stayed at that level?
No, I don't think it came up quite this high, but
okay.
I do know that it came up to about, I don't know how far you guys can see over there, but it came up to just under the bridge from what I'm understanding. So that's kind of what we got going on here, guys. So
awesome, man.
Yeah.
And it's windy out there.
Come on live and just give you guys kind of an update.
100%, man. We really do appreciate it. If you got anything else, man, keep us posted,
that's
please.
Wild.
All righty, guys. We'll do. Stay safe.
Right. Stay safe, bud. Now, that's crazy. That's pretty. Was that where the beaver was?
Yeah. Did you see that? That was pretty crazy.
Wow, dude. Dude, the winds are howling right now, man. The wind just right now just like shook the freaking roof. So if I lose power, I'll
Oh,
go.
wow,
I'll
dude,
jump. I'll jump back on. Here's Mike. I bet you Mike's feeling the same thing because he's my neighbor. So there's Mike. Mike, you feel that wind?
Yeah, I'm gonna let's see if I can get this microphone to pick some of that up. Hold on.
And then, Hayden, yeah, absolutely. The Lake Nasi, it's going to be a fun summer. It's going to definitely be a fun summer, hopefully.
So it looks like there was a house. It looks like there was a house. We have a house down. Oh, they had. Oh, I thought they had a house down, like it fell down. I was like, wow. Hurricane winds over here.
Hey, how about that? How about that sea train that traveled down the creek in Atascadero and lodged up against the bridge right behind the high school yesterday? That was pretty wicked.
I have a funny story about that. So you guys who follow me and Eric and Randy, you guys know that my car broke down yesterday when I was out running around. This tow truck driver picks us up, and he's about, I don't know, 20 years old, young kid. And I said, "Hey, man, how's your day going?" He goes, "Pretty good." He goes, "It's been a fun day. I got to pull a sea train out of the creek."
Yeah.
It was the same kid.
What, really?
Yeah, so I guess
really.
And
he was your Uber driver?
No, he was my tow truck driver.
Okay.
Yeah, so
oh my God.
That's how small this town is. In case you guys are watching from somewhere else, this kid was the tow truck driver. He picked me up at In-N-Out Burger with my broke down car, and then I guess earlier in the day, he and a backhoe and a construction company, they pulled this sea train out of the creek and loaded it onto his container and drove away. So yeah, I guess that was pretty gnarly. We don't have any footage of that though, do we?
No.
I think we got Eric. We got pictures. We have a small picture, but it was all closed off with cops and everything as we come down Carmelita.
Got it. Okay.
This was they had to use the crane.
Yeah. Hey Randy, I'm going to show a picture that you sent me. I don't know where this is from. So this picture was a truck that got stuck in the road.
Okay.
Oh, Cripple Creek by 41. Yeah. Can you who sent this to you, and can you tell us a little bit about it?
You know what? I don't know who sent that. I saw that this morning. I believe that was on maybe Paso, maybe Protect Paso. But I think that's the same culvert that washed out on El Pomar.
Oh, okay.
I believe that was before, but I could be wrong on that. So Jonathan, Chief Stornetta said that there was no damage or anything like that when that washed out on El Pomar. So I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. So Cripple Creek runs perpendicular to El Pomar. El Pomar ends at Cripple Creek, and so a friend of mine who lives on Cripple Creek was stuck right there and posted a picture on his Instagram. That one's a different one, but it's the same picture. So it's probably not I don't think it's Dodge's best endorsement. We should probably, I don't think they'll use that for their next ad campaign. But I mean, it's pretty fascinating to see that.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna jump out and try to find some more stuff. So I'm gonna leave you guys to it. Okay,
Eric, before you leave, do you have that picture? Did you guys show the picture of the Mexican restaurant yet?
No, I'll get that right now. And
that's the picture of the day. You guys got to pull that up at some point.
I'll go grab that right now. So I'll leave you guys to it. I'll be back.
Awesome. All right, Randy. So current closures are, let's see what's happening with some current closures here. We have, bear with me here.
Oh my God, it's coming down here.
Is it? You're in Paso, right?
Oh yeah. I'm right here at Niblick across from, I'm over at over here at Kennedy Club Fitness.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is It is, well, I don't know if you can see that behind me, probably not because it's all blurry, but it is, the storm has come. It's here again, man. Woo! You know, remember for the last year, we were like, man, I hope we get a lot of rain so the lakes fill up and, you know, we get a lot of moisture to the ground and stuff like that. Well, like you said, those unanswered prayers from Garth Brooks is coming true.
Yeah, and that's the thing is we don't necessarily want it all to come at once, but it looks like that's what we're getting. So,
oh yeah, we're getting pounded. I mean, this is pretty crazy.
And dude, we're not. I mean, this county, this area, even Monterey County down to Ventura County, we're just not equipped for this.
No, I don't.
It's just
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we were prepared. I want to say that we were prepared in a small sense because I know Eric has some pictures of Santa Margarita Lake.
Yep.
Santa Margarita Lake started evacuating the marina store 2 days ago. So I think they were already anticipating this amount of water come. I don't think anybody anticipated this amount of water, but I think they knew that this was going to be a downpour that was going to elevate the rivers, the creeks, the lakes, and everything substantially and quickly too.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, it's coming
And
down now.
Yeah.
It's coming down here on the east side of Templeton. What is the latest?
So Mike Bessie asked about the 46 East driving to the I-5. Do we have anything on that? I can only imagine that that's pretty wicked and scary and possibly one lane as well, maybe?
Well, it's interesting. I hope that it's open because they've spent hundreds of millions on redoing that. So I'm guessing that they've got the proper drainage in place. I'm going to type in 46 East on the road closure information, road information. It says no traffic restrictions are reported on 46 East. So that's the latest right there. Let's see here.
And I'm pretty certain that Morrow Road is probably closed.
Morrow Road is still closed. Was earlier. Let me pull up Google. Google Maps has a pretty good current traffic condition map. Everything. Let's see.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
So I know, you know, obviously Morro Bay is not North County, but I mean, this is North County news, or, you know, news in general. How does Morro Bay flood like that? I mean, that is pretty insane.
Well, I mean, it's at sea level, right? And so what we're saying is a combination. I'm not like a weather expert or geological expert. What we're seeing probably is a lot of we're seeing a lot of that storm runoff going towards the ocean, but we're also seeing the ocean, you know, and the cries. And so when you're sitting at sea level and you're built basically on, I mean, they're on a marsh more or less, right? You look at
right.
I mean, that thing's underwater half the day, and then it's not under half the day. So it's like the water levels are just rising and rising and rising. So it's only my aunt and uncle, Anna, and so their entire farm is underwater right now. It's pretty insane. But going to 41.
Oh my gosh. I think
so. 41 between Atascadero and Morro Bay is closed now. Right from the Cerro El, the closure starts, heading west and open back until Bear Ridge Road. And So if you can't go away to Atascadero or vice taking the 41. You have to go through San and then or up through Cayucas Oak Road, which is probably a disaster, and Highway 46 west. I mean,
Well, I couldn't
I
imagine
really
going across Old Creek over there.
dude, if you are thinking about driving today, it's like ask yourself what's the goal and can it wait until tomorrow, right? Because it's just absolutely nuts, dude. I feel terrible right now. My dogs, I just put them out in their yard to go to the bathroom, and we just start dumping craziness. And so, producer Aaron, a spot where you can jump on and show us some pictures, so I grab and rescue my puppies. Where is he?
Right on, Clem. Hey, thanks for watching, buddy. We really appreciate you following us and inviting people on. So we really appreciate it, Clem. Thanks again, buddy.
All right, so let's see. Highway 33 is out in the valley between.
Oh gosh, I can only imagine that place.
Between Blackwell's Corner and McKittrick, we have a ton of people that out there every day. That place is a disaster right now. It's probably all underwater, but that whole road is pretty much closed between North Belridge and Blackwell's Corner, and then all the way from North Belridge past Lerdo south all the way to McKittrick or Low Kern is the turnoff.
Oh yeah, that's a flat land over there, so that's getting dumped on, and the water is just probably. I mean, there's always a flash flood through there on Highway 33 going across over there to the oil fields over there to, Laredo Highway and over to Taft.
Yeah.
That's, just when it downpours just for, 15, 20 minutes, there's a flash flood that literally happens when I used to work out there. It would just happen across there, and then all of a sudden it's gone. But I can only imagine what it looks like now.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, I'm going to jump off. You guys take over.
All right. So while you guys were talking, I got some crazy pictures. I have the Mexican restaurant down at Atascadero, our little drive yesterday. So that was completely underwater. That's sad because they have really good Mexican food there. They have really good pozole, if anybody likes pozole. But this was on our drive yesterday, Randy.
Oh my.
So that was really bad. The dumpsters on the right-hand side were just floating around aimlessly, and it was a sad scene yesterday what we saw. So that was pretty crazy.
From the Atascadero Creek that runs parallel with Highway 41, Morrow Road,
Yep.
and that was it was coming over. We were over there on San Gabriel. Over there, the water was coming up and over the bridge. Over there, had pushed on a ton of boulders, a ton of logs, a ton of drift. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
And the amount of water in that short amount of time, and like I said, I can only imagine what 41 looks like, through that, because that's going down 41. That goes out to the, out to the ocean.
Well, when we went down there, 41 was shut down, wasn't it? The 41 was closed. Remember, they were just closing it when we showed up, going down into, what is that? No, not Avila. What is that down there? Morro Bay?
Morro Bay.
Yeah, going down to Morro Bay. So that was shut down.
Yeah, that's. And now that I just asked Mike that question earlier regarding why there's all that water down there, now I think I answered my own question. I mean, that water that was there is going down that direction. I mean, they're just getting dumped on, and you get into that valley, kind of like Atascadero, the west side of Atascadero 41. Everything's underwater, houses underwater. I mean, what we saw, 6 houses underwater.
No, there was more than that. There was way more than that, because we kept driving around, and it was just it was bad. And then we see the mudslides this morning. The mud just drifting into the people's houses, and all the damage and devastation that happened was just it was unreal. It was unreal.
Well, I saw some posts last night that some houses were lost along the river, also lost along the Salinas River last night too.
Man, you remember when me and you
So-
saw the ranch, the horse pens and all that, the housing, all that? Dude, the river was running right through the home. It was going right through that house when we were down there. I wish I had a good picture of that, but we could barely see it. Here's the picture of us underneath the Atascadero Bridge when we were crossing it, when the water was about 4 feet deep. It was up to the door.
Yeah,
And you're scaring the crap out of me.
yeah,
Here's
myself
the
too.
picture right here. So I wish I could show the video. I can't show the video right now, but here's the picture of us going underneath the bridge. You can see how high the water is on each side of the roadway right here. That was pretty crazy. And then seeing that little Dodge truck go across there too as well. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. So
Yeah, that was
Mike, I think Mike's here. I'm going to bring Mike back in real quick. Okay.
Yeah, I just
I don't know
had
if you
Quinn
guys-
just is sending me some. Hear me?
Got pictures coming in? Yeah?
Can you hear me?
Can hear you. Can you hear us? So, Mike, what you got? What you got going on over there? Did you find anything else out? I got pictures coming in from Randy. Holy mackerel! There's some crazy pictures. I think these are.
I mean,
This is Cripple Creek, Clem.
Cripple Creek. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Clem, is that
So, Mike,
right now?
did you? What do you? Oh, he's talking to.
You should.
All right, Randy, you figure this out. Talk to Clem, and we'll be right back.
All right, so all I can tell you is over on the east side of Templeton right now, it is torrential pour. I mean, it's coming down big drops. It's not too much wind. I see blue skies to the west, 46 West area, but it's pouring here right now.
Well, I'm gonna have you guys talk. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my cell phone out and I'll go out there and I'll show a live view of what we're seeing here on our side, because basically me and you, Mike, both have the same weather going on at the same time. So,
Yeah.
excuse me, I'm gonna jump off real quick. Randy, can you hear us? Are you good to go?
I can't hear you. Am I back on?
Yeah, you're back on. We just had to
Okay.
put you on timeout for a minute. So I'm gonna get out of here.
I
I'll be right back. I'm gonna do some
I
live
went in
shots
the
and
romper room.
Oh, I'm going to get some live shots for you guys, and then I'm going to load some more pictures of Cripple Creek.
Well, we got blue skies out there, Mike.
I see them. I see them creeping out. But
Yeah, well, the blue sky.
I'm getting a downpour where I am.
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to open up the window here real quick and see. Yeah, so the blue skies are coming your direction right now. So I am sending good weather and good alcohol towards you. Oh, no alcohol. I meant good water.
Good water. Yes, exactly.
Hey, isn't that the weirdest? I mean, like on a normal basis, like 1 month ago, can you imagine just sitting here and having a good time with a nice, scotch and water or a rum and coke or a glass of wine on your side and sitting here having fun talking out of everything that we're talking, and now it's just normal, I guess.
Just a gallon of water.
This isn't what Tom Brokaw. I think they drank, Mike. I mean, what do you think? I think they had cocktails in their cups. They weren't drinking water. There's no way.
I mean, it was the 70s and 80s. What people were smoking in restaurants. I'm sure they were drinking on the newscast.
Oh, what was the?
Dude, you had people. You had Larry Bird drinking a beer at halftime in the locker room.
on the sidelines.
Yeah. No, that's allegedly. I don't know if he did or not.
No, I'm pretty sure they did. They were smoking on the sidelines, in baseball games. Remember old Babe Ruth would just sit there and smoke in the dugout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, all right, Eric. It looks like you're outside, huh?
I'm going right now. I'm gonna head out the studio right now. It doesn't look that bad, actually. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's so Clem
raining.
says that these pictures that I sent you are from yesterday.
Hey, you guys
Hey,
can
go
see some
check out
blue
your
skies
creek.
over here. You guys see the
Yeah,
blue
that's-
skies
that's-
coming
that's-
in?
Yeah, that's
But it's
where
still
I'm at.
pouring out here.
It's sunny. I'm about ready to go put my shorts and a tank top on because it's so hot here.
So I don't know if you guys can see all this. Can you guys
Eric?
see this?
Yep.
You see it? I turn my
Eric,
camera sideways.
Let's check out your creek.
My creek? Oh, man, I'm going to get muddy. The creek yesterday was roaring pretty hard. Me and my son went down there to check it out. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. It's kind of light right now, but this thing was roaring yesterday. Yeah, it's not flowing as hard as it was, but I still got a nice little creek going on down there. I don't know if you guys can see that down there.
Oh, yeah.
Barely. Oh,
I don't know if I'll go down there, man. I'm gonna be.
yeah. You probably don't want to just because I'll have to come down there this year and do a rescue. But
Was at least 4 to 5 feet of water. It was.
Wow.
Guys, I'll break in here real quick.
Oh.
Can you?
God dang.
I'll get in real quick, Eric.
Can you guys hear me?
Well, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's real quick. San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Office has issued a press release in the search for a missing 5-year-old boy. Kyle Doan, 5 years old. Description: short, dirty blonde hair, hazel eyes, 4 feet tall, 52 pounds. Last seen wearing a black puffer jacket with a red liner, blue jeans, blue and gray Nike tennis shoes. Sheriff's search operations will be this morning for a missing 5-year-old boy who was swept away on 190 by raging floodwaters near San Miguel. The search operations had to be discontinued yesterday after approximately 5 hours because the extreme weather conditions were made safe for first responders to continue their efforts. A break in the allowing today's search, which will involve all available resources at the sheriff's office, including the underwater search and rescue team and air operations. The conditions, however, remain extremely dangerous. The water level is high and continues to be fast moving. The public is strongly cautioned not to conduct self-initiated searches and put themselves in harm's way and become a victim requiring resources that would otherwise be used